You know, I'm often asked the question, what's the one most important thing you can do to be happier or to live in a state of love? And I think that's similar to what you've just asked. And there are many things that I could say, but if I were to say the one most important thing that you can do to really propel yourself forward, it's forgiveness. Forgive. Forgive everything. Forgive, and forgiveness doesn't mean condoning. Forgiveness just means that you're freeing yourself from the burden of anger or resentment. Um, and so that means forgive. The person can be gone, they can be dead, it doesn't matter. And some of it is self forgiveness. And I will tell you my favorite forgiveness tool or technique that I use. There are lots of them out there, but my favorite one is so simple. It's called Ho'oponopono. And Duncan, it may be one you're familiar with. I'm going to just share it with
I'd love
everybody.
you
So
to.
I want to be really practical. I want you to
Brilliant.
walk
I'm liking it.
practical things. So you got a piece of paper and a pen, write these down. Ho'oponopono, it's based on a Kahuna Hawaiian tradition, which is why there's all those O's and P's in it. You never have to be able to say the word Ho'oponopono. It's four phrases that you repeat internally in your heart, and they are, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And I'm going to say those again. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And it doesn't matter who's right, who's wrong. You just feel those phrases towards the person or situation that you have problems with, and also towards yourself. And if do we have time for me to share a story about how I've used
100%.
this in my? Okay.
100%.
So I've used this a million times, but the time that was the most powerful and important to me was about almost 6 years ago, actually. And my sister and I had gotten in an argument and we weren't talking. And this had never happened in our family and it was really tense. And we went about 4 months without talking. And we had to, one morning, we all gathered to move our mother from our family home of 58 years to an assisted living apartment. And we were all getting together to unpack her things in her new apartment. And I was so nervous because it was the first time seeing my sister when we hadn't spoken. And I walked into the apartment. I hugged and kissed everybody hello except her. She and I ignored each other. She was off in the kitchen unpacking. We went through the whole morning ignoring each other, and you could feel the tension in the air. You know, you could cut it with a knife. It was awful. And after about 3 or 4 hours of this, I couldn't take it anymore. So I left and I went to my car to meditate and just kind of take a break. And I remembered Ho'oponopono. So I sat in my car and I did that towards her. I just felt towards her, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And towards myself as well. And I did that for about 5 minutes. And I suddenly felt this wave of love come over me. And I realized that my sister wasn't mad at me for what had happened 4 months earlier, but it was a lifetime of stuff. And for the first time ever, I got it. And I got it from her point of view. And I felt so much love and compassion for her that I felt flooded with love. So I went back into the apartment and I decided not to say anything to anybody. And I just went back in and continued unpacking my mom's things. And not more than 3 minutes of me being back, my sister came over to me totally out of the blue, grabbed me by the hand, said, come on, Marci, let's go unpack mom's closet together, which is what we did. An hour later, we're at lunch. My sister hands me her baked potato and says, Marci, you have mine. You like these more than I do. And I was so shocked by this sudden change in her that I pulled my brother aside and I said, okay, what did you say to her? And he said, Marci, nobody said anything. We have no idea what has just happened. Well, Duncan, that was the beginning of an entirely new relationship that I now have with my sister. And thank God it happened when it did, because 9 months later, my sister and I found ourselves standing in that same closet of our mother's, but this time we were packing up mom's things because she had just died unexpectedly. And thank God we had had that healing. And I say this story because I know that everybody listening has someone in their life that they need to do some more forgiveness with, or even yourself. It may be yourself. And so again, I invite you to, don't take my word for it, but try this out as an experiment and see what happens. I have heard thousands of stories from people who have used this and have just had amazing results. So try it out.